Greetings, one and all, and welcome to this, the very first episode of our new look UKPW wrap-up show. On September 18th at the Lordswood Leisure Centre in Chatham, we finally press start on our long-awaited restart tour with an absolutely scorching show. Join us now as we catch you all up with the action from UKPW Medway. Press start. All previous pre-sale records were smashed, and there was a palpable sense of anticipation in the air as the curtain was raised on a new era of UKPW. It all kicked off with a bang as former UKPW champion, the Wolf of Brawl Street, Alexander Roth, took on Top Gun Tommy Kyle in our opening bout. Tommy Kyle was making his UKPW debut at press start and looked very strong in the opening minutes, taking the match to Roth with a strong technical display. But he was no match for the big fan favourite as Alexander Roth picked up where he left off at last month's Battle of the Bay, looking as sharp as ever and making short work of Tommy Kyle with the Superman punch. After the match, Roth called out UKPW champion Dow Jones, demanding the title match that he is owed. When, from out of nowhere, he was attacked by a hooded man. Dow Jones then informed Roth that he will first face the monstrous Bullet at UKPW Canterbury, the Grappler's Tale, on October 2nd. Next, we saw a hugely monumentous moment for everyone at United Kingdom Pro Wrestling as Kimmie faced off against Livvii Grace in the first match of the UKPW Women's Championship Tournament. 8 women will compete for the highly coveted new championship, and it was clear that there was no love lost here in this first round contest, with Kimmie making her intentions clear from the first bell. The action went back and forth in the sweltering environment until Livvii Grace was able to put Kiss away with a solid running knee and a devastating DDT. Following on, we had the makeshift team of Rex Armstrong and Harry Sefton taking on UKPW Tag Team Champions Gabriel Myers and Anton Green, The Business. Sefton was a late replacement for Armstrong's regular partner, JJ Lynch, but that didn't stop the duo from asserting themselves on the champions, whose new arrogant attitude and underhanded tactics caused them to be showered with boos from the enthusiastic crowd. In the end, Myers and Green will be thankful that the UKPW Tag Team Championships were no longer on the line as they suffered a defeat in what was surely considered to be an upset, as Sefton pinned Mr. Clean Anton Green after a wicked double team manoeuvre. The godfather of Welsh wrestling, Mike Bird, arrived in UKPW at the Battle of the Bay and continued to make his presence felt at press start as he took on the spectacular Mr. Charles Crowley in singles action. Mr. Crowley is well known on the British scene for his outlandish hijinks as well as his wrestling ability, but neither impressed Catch-22 head coach Bird, who again found great success with his aggression and no-nonsense approach. Despite a few creative flurries of offense and the backing of the Lordswood crowd, Crowley was no match for the Welshman as Mike Bird plucked him out of the air before locking in the cross-face submission for the win. After the match, I took a few seconds to speak to Mike Bird myself, with him seemingly putting the rest of the UKPW roster on notice. Next up, tensions continued to simmer as Cali Gray and Jack Kent met KM Lane and Jake O'Grady in a tag team match. All 4 of these men debuted in the Battle of the Bay tournament, where KM Lane sustained an injury at the hands of Jack Kent before being eliminated from the final by Cali Gray. Lane seemed to have recovered as he and O'Grady put in a highly athletic performance against their more ruthless opponents, before KM Lane was again the victim of underhanded tactics from Jack Kent, receiving a steel chair shot from the outside before being finished off and pinned by Cali Gray. Our penultimate matchup of press start was the second of the day's Women's Championship Tournament matches, as Clementine took on the Locksmith Evie Madden. Both competitors would have been considered among the favourites going into this one, but only one of them could advance to the next round. It was a tight contest and could have gone either way, with the fans in attendance split down the middle. But it would be Evie Madden that would emerge victorious in the end, showing off her technical prowess and making Clementine tap out to the Master Key. Evie Madden moves on to the semi-finals at Tables, Ladders and Scares in Faversham on Halloween. And finally, in our main event, two of Europe's very best high flyers faced off in an exciting, fast-paced clash as the kid without fear, Danny Black, came face to face with just Joe Lando. Lando, a last-minute addition to the card, was making his UKPW debut and wasted no time showing the UKPW faithful what he is all about with a deluge of blistering daredevil attacks. But Danny Black is no slouch and fought back tooth and nail, keeping up with Lando at every turn and landing more than his fair share of offense. It came down to the wire, but just Joe Lando eventually managed to get the upper hand, scoring a pinfall victory after landing an insane shooting star elbow drop. This match was an instant classic and was a perfect way to round off the return of United Kingdom Pro Wrestling. That's all for this edition of the UKPW Roundup Show. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Why not come see us live at one of our upcoming events? The Grappler's Tale at the Northgate Centre, Canterbury on Saturday the 2nd of October. Tables, Ladders and Scares at the Alexander Centre, Faversham on Sunday the 31st of October. And straight out of Falconwood at the Falconwood Community Centre, Falconwood on the 27th of November. Tickets are available now and can be purchased at the link in the description below, where you'll be able to find links to all of our social media outlets. Why not follow us to keep up to date with all of the latest news? Thanks again for watching. I'm Dave O'Connor and this was UKPW Medway. Press start.